is three parts. Can you see it, students?
Yes.
Okay. Let's wait for a couple minutes. Let's start. We will start with an introduction to our lecture for today. هنبلش بمقدمة. As you can see in the share screen and what appears on your phone screens or laptop screens, we have nouns. Nouns. The title of this lecture is nouns. الأسماء. Okay. And I mean with the nouns, not the names. Okay, ما تعني الأسماء يعني أسماء الأشخاص. No. The nouns are very important parts of the speech or the sentences. الأسماء جزء مهم جدا من الجملة. They are just like they are like verbs and prepositions and time linkers. They make sentences. هم أجزاء مهمة مثل الفعل، ظرف الزمان أو الرابط الزمني. Okay, so the nouns they are the words that we use as subjects or objects or even complement of the sentence. الناونز هي الأجزاء اللي نستخدمها كفاعل أو كمفعول به، الكلمات اللي نستخدمها كفاعل أو مفعول به أو نستخدمها كتكملة الجملة. Okay, but they are not verbs. The nouns are not verbs. الأسماء أبداً ما يجيني بشكل فعل. So they never show the action. أبداً ما يعنن الفعل. Okay. So nouns classifications. تصنيف الأسماء. Okay, how the nouns are classified. شنو الأصناف مال الأسماء. We have common nouns. Common nouns يعني الأسماء الشائعة. Common nouns الأسماء الشائعة. These are very common words. هاي كلمات كل شائعة. We use them very much in our sentences, in our speech, in our everyday activities. نستخدمها بشكل عام في الجمل مالتنا، في المحادثة مالتنا. And they are available everywhere. Almost available everywhere. يعني تشوف الموجودات في كل مكان. يعني now if you look around in your room, in your place, you find many common nouns. إذا أنت هسه حاليا تنتبه راح تشوف أسماء كثيرة حواليك شائعة. Okay? Many common words like structure, منشأ, concrete يعني الخلطة الخرسانية, money المال, engineer المهندس, engineering الهندسة, and etc. Okay? And common nouns are not always capitalized. Capitalized يعني تبدي بحرف capital. Okay, نعرف إنه إحنا we have two different types of letters. We have capital letters or uppercase يعني الحرف الكبير capital letter and small letter or lowercase يعني الحرف الصغير. الأسماء الشائعة common nouns they don't take capital letters or they not capitalized يعني ما ياخذن الحرف الكابيتال أو ما يجني بحرف capital. Okay. And now if you look around you can name many different nouns. تقدر تعدد many مثلا the phone is a common noun. Mobile phone, smartphone, laptop, okay, desk or table, okay, glasses. The lecture is a common noun. What else? Video, okay. What else? Subject, lesson, okay, screen, okay. Most of these words are nouns and these nouns are common nouns. يعني الأشياء اللي تشوفها حواليك بشكل واسع هي common nouns. Okay. Second type or second classifications is collective nouns. Collective nouns, these nouns are of groups. يعني they are not one. يعني هاي الأسماء هي عبارة عن مجموعة من الأشياء. Okay, so for example, a group of students becomes a class. مجموعة من الطلاب يصبحون صف. Now what is a class? A class is a group of students. Now you are a group of students and you are in 3 classes. Some students in class A, some students in class B, and some others in class C. So the class is one word, but it's a group of many different people. Okay, so this is like a collective nouns. Okay, يعني أسماء تمثل المجموعة. Family also. Family is one word, but there are members in the family. So members of the family, أعضاء العائلة. Okay, like the father, the mother, the children, the grandchildren, okay, the relatives. هاي كلها family. Staff, مجموعة عمل أو staff العمل. There are also members. Like for example, in engineering or in projects, the staff is the engineer, the foreman, and the workers. مثلا يعني المهندس، العمال، والفورمان. Group, okay, and for example, you are the Sunday group into group الأحد. Why? Because you have classes A, B, and C on Sunday. Flock is like a kind of a big group. مجموعة كبيرة تقريبا. Bundle مثل حزمة, okay, and bunch اللي هي مثل like a quantity, okay, bunch of something يعني bunch of rice for example يعني مثل كأنما شيلة مال تمن مثلا. So these things, these words are collective words or nouns, which means that each one of them considers many things together. كل واحد من علماء كل كلمة من هاي الأسماء تعني مجموعة من الأشياء معا. Okay. Let's continue with the classification of nouns. عندنا third type is compound nouns. Compound nouns يعني like linked words, يعني أسماء مرتبطة مع بعضها أو كلمات مرتبطة مع بعضها. Compound nouns يعني like mixed nouns أو الأسماء المركبة. For example, keyboard. Now, keyboard is one word, but this word is of 2 words. هاي الكلمة هي من كلمتين. كلمة key اللي هي مفتاح وboard اللي هو لوح. Okay, keyboard together it becomes this important part of the laptop or the PC. هذا الجزء المهم من الحاسبة أو اللابتوب that we type with اللي نكتب بيه. So that's keyboard. So in origin there are 2 words, and these 2 words are they are mixed together to make one word. ذني الكلمتين يجتمعن سويا ويصيرن كلمة واحدة اللي هي keyboard. Sometimes the words separately they give different meaning to the compound word. يعني الكلمتين واحد إذا تفصلهم ممكن ينطن معاني مختلفة للكلمة اللي هي مدموجة سويا. Also we have bedroom, like bed and room. These are 2 words, but they become one word as bedroom. Outflow, okay, like for example, the flow that reaches the limit, الفلو من يوصل للlimit وأكثر. Haircut, قصة شعر. There are also 2 words, hair and cut. Take off هنا يعني الهبوط. Okay, هبوط الطائرة. Like we have, sorry, طيران الطائرة أو إقلاع الطائرة. We have the take off, the airplane takes off يعني تقلع. The airplane flies and then it lands. Lands يعني اللي هو الهبوط, بينما take off الإقلاع. Okay, so take is a word and off is another. And you have many different examples, many. like in the house you have living room, you have a dining room, okay, and many other shortcuts. Okay, shortcut is also an example. Now, if you look at the word shortcut, you see the word shortcut. Shortcut is a word of two words. You have short as a word and cut as another. So shortcut together they become shortcut. Okay, المختصر. Another type of nouns, proper nouns. proper nouns يعني اسماء العلم. اوكي، يعني الاسماء اللي تجي with capitals، الاسماء اللي تجي بحرف كبير. like names, your names، يعني اسماءنا، هاي الاسماء الاشخاص الناس. these are proper nouns. places، المكانات. cities. okay. names of buildings، اسماء الأبنية. okay. names of some important things، أشياء مثلا مهمة. okay. names of universities، أسماء الجامعات. names of institutes، أسماء المؤسسات. okay. the positions or important positions in government، الأماكن المهمة بالدولة أو الأماكن اللي يشغلها الموظفين بالدولة. these are all proper nouns. يعني for example Baghdad is a name of a city. so Baghdad it's capitalized، تجي ب أو بحرف capital. so I cannot write Baghdad in small b. okay, because it's not a thing, it's a proper noun. هي مو common or collective or compound noun. Now it's a proper noun, so it should be always capitalized. English also, it's a proper noun. English is the name of the people of England، هي الاسم مال الناس اللي يعيشون ببريطانيا. and also it is the language. languages are all proper nouns، يعني French, German, Arabic, English, Japanese, Chinese, these are all languages. White House, it's a name of a place، البيت الأبيض in Washington DC. المستنصرية University، okay, the name of the university. Google, also it's a proper name. It's a name of an application or a browser. okay. Also you have the social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, okay, YouTube. all of these names are proper nouns. هي أسماء علم. your names, like people's names, okay, these are also proper nouns. so always when you see a proper noun you should see it capitalized. إذا تشوف أنت اسم علم لازم تشوفه شنو يجي بحرف capital. okay. another type of nouns which is a very very important type. okay, very important type. هاي من الأسماء اللي هي تجي بأشكال أو تجي in many different sentences. it's called gerunds. gerunds. again, gerunds. gerunds are verb with ing. الجيرندز هي أسماء الأفعال، يعني الفعل يجي بصيغة الاسم إذا التحق ب ing. they call it gerund. okay, like analyzing, designing, building, shading, what else? doing, helping, flying, swimming. okay, all of these verbs with ing are gerunds. إذا شنو هي gerunds؟ هي أسماء الأفعال، الفعل من يصير ب ing ممكن يصير اسم. but it's which kind of nouns? It's gerunds. okay, so now we have these classifications, 5 classifications. common nouns، أسماء الشائعة. collective nouns، الأسماء الجمعية اللي تجي من مجموعة. compound nouns، الأسماء الميكست خلينا نقول عليها المربوطة أو الأسماء اللي تجي of two words compound nouns المركبة. Proper nouns أسماء العلم and they are always capitalized. And we have the gerunds أسماء الأفعال. Now, gerunds they come in the sentence in different forms. تجي بالجملة بأشكال مختلفة. The first one is subject. يجي بشكل فاعل. يعني for example, compositing is combining parts of different images. Compositing يقصد به هنا الدمج. Okay, compositing. Okay, أو الربط أو الميكسينج is combining parts of different images. من تجمع أنت أشكال مختلفة من الصور هذا يسموه compositing. Okay. Also in engineering we have compositing. We have some composite buildings. عندنا أبنية composite اللي هي تجي with combining concrete and steel. تجي بيها steel و concrete يعني يجي بيها حديد وخرسانة. يعني not only concrete or not only steel. The second form of the gerund الكومبلمنت مال السبجكت التكمله مال الفاعل اللي يجي ويا الفاعل. يعني compositing is combining. Now combining is the complement and also it's an ing verb so it is a gerund. Also as an object of the verb يعني I enjoy editing pictures. I enjoy making pictures. I enjoy swimming. So swimming, I enjoy swimming. If I write it again, I enjoy swimming. Okay? I enjoy swimming. Swimming is the object. المفعول به مال من؟ مال الفعل. I enjoy swimming. And by the way, I will let you know why we do ing forms after the verb enjoy. Because there are some verbs that take ing verbs. اكو بعض الافعال تاخذ صيغه ing الفعل مال ing بعدها. Okay? يعني they take the gerund. Okay? The fourth type of the gerund, the preposition. After the preposition, we do the ing form of the verb اللي هو gerund. يعني بعد حرف الجر. Designer starts a project by making a wireframe. By making, okay? You can composite buildings by combining concrete and steel. يعني تقدر أنت تسوي أبنية composite من by شنو؟ by combining. يعني أنت by combining. فالباي هو البروبوزيشن حرف الجر يجي وراه ممكن gerund. As the complement of the verb تجي تكملة مال الفعل. The course involves painting and drawing. Also again شوف الفعل involve أخذ فعل ب ing. Okay, this is very important note and that's why you can read this note. Some verbs are followed by gerund, not by infinitive. بعض الأفعال تأخذ الgerund. Okay, وهي هاي الأفعال. Avoid يتجنب, fancy يحب. Also love is one of these verbs. Finish, give up يعني يتخلى عن. hate يكره. imagine يتخيل. involve يعني يعني يدخل شيء معين أو يتضمن شيء معين. keep يحوي على. look forward to يتطلع إلى. mind mind هنا يجي ينتبه. okay أو يأخذ بنظر الاعتبار. Also consider one of these verbs. Suggest يقترح and enjoy يحب أو يستمتع. So when you see these verbs, what comes after as a noun is a gerund. اللي يجي ورا ذن الأفعال كاسم لازم يجي بصيغة الجر. Okay? And which one of the gerunds is the complement of the verb؟ تكملة الفعل. يعني هذا جاي ملحق بالفعل. For example, avoid doing that. يعني avoid for example avoid for example avoid keeping medicine at the reach of children. Avoid keeping medicine. If you read this sentence, avoid keeping medicine at the reach of children. Okay, so this is the sentence. Avoid keeping medicine at the reach of children. Now, you see the verb is avoid and keeping is the gerund. Okay, also he suggests retesting the column. He suggests retesting the column. Retesting is the gerund also. They keep following rules. Following is also a gerund. They keep following the rules. They keep following the rules. So this is a very important note that after these verbs, okay, the complement of the verb or the complement of the sentence after these verbs is the gerund, which is this kind of the gerunds, the complement of the verb, تكملة الفعل. And these are the 5 types of gerunds. The subject, the complement of the subject, the object, المفعول به, okay, and also the preposition after the preposition and the complement of the verb. So these are the nouns classifications, الأصناف مال الأسماء والأشكال مال الgerunds, and how some verbs takes the gerunds. Okay, this is a very important idea and a very important part of the lecture. So, is it clear, students? And if you have any questions, إذا أحد عنده سؤال about this part, this is the first part. Okay, before we move to another, إذا واضحة الفكرة أو أحد عنده فد سؤال معين. Okay, any question before we move to the next part?
I think it's all clear.
Yes, just raise your voice, please, so I can hear you.
I think it's all clear, but I want to ask you a question about a word.
Yes, who's that's Noor Abbas. Noor Abbas,
Yes,
from what
Noor
class
Abbas.
are you?
A.
From a class A, yes. Yes, Noor, what's your question?
I think that the word mind sometimes means that someone is rejecting something.
Sorry, someone is what, sorry?
Rejecting something
Don't
or is
mind.
not okay with something.
Don't mind. And don't mind.
Yes, don't mind is
Yeah.
not rejecting
Yes.
the thing.
Yes,
يعني
don't mind.
mind يمانع مثلا.
Yes,
means-
mind means you take something in consideration. But
Yes.
when you put it in don't, it becomes don't mind as not rejecting or not
Yes.
making something ignore.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, that's what I mean.
All right. Thanks
Yes.
for your question, Nora.
Welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Let me ask someone, maybe. Let me ask. Okay. Karar Majid, you hear me?
نعم دكتور اسمعك.
Yes. From which class, Karar?
الصف الثالث شعبة بي دكتور.
You are from class B, Karar? From class
نعم
B. Okay. Karar, can you give me an example of a noun? Example of a noun. Noun, I read example. Can you give me an example, please?
أستاذ عندها ثاني محاضرة أحضرها.
Sorry?
ثاني محاضرة أحضرها.
نعم؟ علي صوتك؟
ثاني محاضرة أحضرها.
انا انت فهمت ايش قلت ثاني؟ example of a noun. انت هاي المحاضره حاضره ولا وينك؟ هاي المحاضره هسه احنا قاعدين بيها. كرار ماجد؟ اسمعني بابا؟ علي صوتك.
اسمعك.
كرار ماجد، اذا ما تتحدث راح اسجل غياب. ممكن صوتك بلا زحمه عليك؟ يس كرار ماجد. انت ويانا بهاي المحاضره ولا بغير محاضره؟
لا
هاي
لا
المحاضره
موجود.
هسه بيها. اوكي، هو انا I'm asking you about this lecture. بدي اسالك عن هاي المحاضره. nouns شنو الناونز؟ هذا فد شيء ممكن اسماء. طيب الاكزامبل اوف nouns شنو يعني؟ انا اسالك اقول لك give me an example of a noun.
مثال عن الاسماء اللي
نعم؟
مثال عن الاسماء اللي هسه تكلمت
اي طيب اعطيني مثال. Yes, give me an example بابا.
مثل اي اسم محافظه او اي اسم
Yes, give me anything as an example of a noun.
بغداد، العراق، مثلا فلسطين او
You said Iraq?
اي العراق.
Okay, Iraq comes with a capital letter or a small letter? Why it's capital كرار؟
اسم بلد، اسماء هذه.
Because شنو؟
اسم بلد.
And which classification of the nouns? هاي classification, which one of them? احنا قلنا we have common, we have compound, proper. Okay, which one of them? هذا اللي هو قلت عليه اسم البلد. اللي هو يسموه اسم علم. Which one of them? which one of them? Which one of the classifications? احنا المفروض نحكي انجليزي. المفروض الكلمات نقولها انجليزي ما نقولها بالعربي. مو درس عربي قاعد يمي انت. Right? كرار؟
تمام.
So يلا. Tell me which one of the nouns that we mentioned أو classified يا واحد احنا ذكرنا باسم علم وبالتالي تقدر تقول اسم دولة. يس كرار. كرار غلقت المايك مالتك كرار.
تمام.
كرار you know it or not؟ تريد تعرفها لو لا؟
اكيد اريد اعرفها.
تريد تعرفها لو عرفتها لعد انا صار لي ساعه احكي. بابا كنت تسمعنا ونايم؟
دا اسمعك دكتور، بس المشكله انا ما دا افهم.
اوكي انا ليش شنو اللي ما فهمته؟ انت ذكرت لي العراق قلت لك ليش تجي كابيتال؟ قلت لي لانه هي اسم علم. قلت لك طيب اعطيني واحد شنو هذا اسم العلم بالانجليزي اللي هسه ذكرناه احنا، ما صار لنا 10 دقائق من مرينا عليه وقلنا من ضمنه هاي الكلمات، من ضمنها العراق، الكلمه اللي هسه ذكرتها اللي هي اسم علم. ما تذكرها؟
لا ما بني.
شكرا كرار، شكرا. انتبه مره ثانيه والا راح تسجل غياب. طلاب اللي ما ينتبه وياي رجاء لا يدخل المحاضره والا راح ابدي اسجل غياب انا. وجدان you raised your voice. Sorry, you raised your hand. وجدان جاسم?
Yeah.
Yes, وجدان كرار said Iraq. Okay?
Yeah.
And Iraq, according to what he said, it's always capitalized. Why it's always capitalized, وجدان ماجد؟
العفو دكتور وجدان جاسم.
Oh, وجدان جاسم, sorry. Yes, from
Yeah.
which class وجدان جاسم?
A.
Okay. وجدان, Iraq is always... Sorry, it's because what, sorry? Again?
Classification, proper
Yes.
noun.
Exactly. It is classified as a proper noun. So always the proper nouns are... Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. And give me an example of a gerund, please.
Can you again, please?
Give me an example of a gerund. You know the gerund, it's one of the classifications.
Analysis or structure, anything.
What is the gerund? Do you remember the gerund? The gerund from the fifth classification الصنف الخامس gerund.
Yeah.
It's a verb with ing, so it's a noun. It's not a verb.
Yeah.
So that's the gerund. So give me an example of a gerund, like analysis. If it becomes a gerund, it becomes what? It takes ing. So what it becomes?
العفو الصوت شوي دا يقطع ما دا أفهم
Yeah.
الكلام.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. What is a gerund, وجدان?
يكون منتهي بالاي ان.
شنو هو المنتهي باي ان جي؟ اسم لو فعل؟ Yes.
فعل.
Okay,
هو الاسماء فعل.
so you said analyze. Now analyze is a verb. Give me the gerund of analyze. What is the gerund of the analyze?
Smashing.
Analyzing, because you said the verb analyze. To make it gerund, you just ing. So it becomes analyzing. Okay? Thank you very much, Wujdan. Barzan Khalaf, you're raising your hand, Barzan.
Yeah.
Yes, Barzan. Yes. Why are you raising your hand? Do you have a question or something?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, we have Ahmed Abdel Mehdi, I think. Ahmed, you are raising your hand?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, do you have a question, Ahmed?
No, doctor. I just thought I might answer some of the questions you asked my fellow students.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your participation. Thanks. Okay. Tuqa Abdel Min'am, you asked about the attendance sheet. It's okay, but you should have like signed earlier. كان مفروض يعني مبكرا, but it's okay, no problem. Don't worry. You can.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, when I find your name, I will of course sign it to the attendance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sajjad Hadi, Sajjad. You hear me, Sajjad? Sajjad Hadi Nasser. Sajjad Hadi Nasser. Sajjad Hadi. Sajjad, do you hear me? Sajjad Hadi. سجاد هادي تسمعني؟ اوكي قولوا له سجاد السجل غياب. مصطفى عبد الكريم. مصطفى عبد الكريم. مصطفى عبد الكريم, you hear me مصطفى؟ تسمعني مصطفى؟ مصطفى عبد الكريم.
نعم دكتور.
Yes, Mustafa. Mustafa, give me an example of a noun. An example of a noun. Yes. هو انا ايش دا اقصد انا بهذا اللي دا اقوله هسه؟ افتح المايك مالتك ليش ساده؟ افتح المايك بابا. شنو اللي دا اقصده انا باكزامبل اوف ا ناون؟
بس صوت عالي شوية صوت عالي.
علي صوتي اكثر؟ Give me an example of a noun. Example of a noun. شنو يعني example of a noun؟ انا ايش دا اطلب هسه؟
مثال.
نعم. نعم.
مثال.
مثال ايه طيب مثال عن شنو؟ عن شنو المثال بابا؟ ما تعرف. يا شعبة انت مصطفى؟
ايه.
سد المايك مالتك. ميادة كاظم. ميادة كاظم. ميادة كاظم عبد الله. ميادة كاظم عبد الله. Yes, Meyada Kadam. From which class are you, Meyada? What's your class?
Class
Meyada.
B.
Uh,
نعم دكتور.
class
Yes,
B? From class B?
Yes دكتور.
Okay. B, from class B, sorry, Meyada. Meyada, the question is, give me an example of a noun. Yeah, an example of a noun. Like a noun. Give me a noun.
دكتور book مثلا.
Book. Good. Okay. Which classification of the types? Which one? Is it common, proper, noun, gerund, or what? What do you think? Which one of them?
دكتور بس الصوت شوي يعني كلش ما قاعد أسمع.
هسه سمعتيني زين؟
common دكتور.
It's common. It's common. Why do you think it's common, Meyada? Why do you think the word book or the noun book is common? والله ليش common؟ ليش مو مثلا a proper؟ قلت لك يعني من وصلنا للcommon او قلناها ايش قلنا؟ Why it's common? It's what? It's available anywhere or you can see it anywhere. يعني وين ما كان تشوفي يعني book is available anywhere. مو صحيح؟ Okay, thank you, Meyada. Meyada, you said you are from class B?
Yes دكتور.
Okay, Meyada. ضرغام قاسم. ضرغام قاسم. ضرغام قاسم.
نعم أستاذ.
Yes, ضرغام قاسم. From which class? What is your class, ضرغام?
Class C.
Class C, okay. ضرغام, give me an example of a gerund. You know the gerund, it's one of the types of the nouns. واحد من أنواع الأسماء. Give me an example of a gerund. اعطيني مثال على gerund.
العفو دكتور بس هسه تونا دخلت أنا كان فاصل النت.
كان فاصل النت عندك؟
يعني ما صار تقريبا دقيقتين ثلاثة.
طيب يعني معناته بيجي حالة أنت ساعة غياب صار عندك. طيب.
دكتور و10 دخلت.
ساعة غياب حبيبي. سد المايك مالتك بابا. عبد السلام سعدي. عبد السلام سعدي. عبد السلام سعدي.
دكتور.
Yes. عبد السلام, from which class are you? What's
From
your
C.
class? Class C. Okay. عبد السلام, the same question. نفس السؤال اللي سألته ضرغام. You know the gerund أو اسم الفعل, it's one of the types of the nouns. Give me an example طبعا. أعطيني مثال. Gerund.
دكتور.
Gerund. أعطيني example عن الgerund.
دكتور يعني جملة لو بس هيك مثال.
No, just a word يعني بس كلمة يعني. Yes. مو تعرف ايش الجرند مو؟ عرفت شنو الجرند بابا؟
لا دكتور.
نعم؟ ما عرفته؟
لا والله.
هذا من المحاضرة اللي قبلها ولا اللي قبلها؟ ما تتذكره؟
دكتور أنا من المحاضرة السابقة بديت أدخل.
هو أنا هسه ذكرته قبل 10 دقائق مال هاي المحاضرة، ما له علاقة ترى بالمحاضرة اللي قبلها، أنا بس حتى بدي أشوف والله ويانا لو.
دكتور فعل هو يعني فعل يعني.
فعل، العدو الفيرب شنو؟
الفيرب أو الفعل أنت ب ING.
بس أعطيني مثال.
دكتور مثل swimming. running. playing. watching.
زين. شكرا بابا.
عفوا.
Okay, students, let's continue. So we have now something about plural nouns. الأسماء بصيغة الجمع. plural nouns. اوكي احنا عندنا شكلين للاسماء، اكو plural nouns واكو singular يعني مفردة. singular يعني مفرد والبلورال يعني جمع. اذا بصيغة الجمع تجي عندنا الاسماء. Now you know every singular noun you just add s and it becomes plural. اي اسم عندك بصيغة المفرد تضيف له s يصير جمع. طبعا احيانا ينضاف لها es or if it ends with y we add ies. اذا تنتهي ب y نضيف ies. But the problem is not with the s plural nouns. المشكله مو هي الاس plural nouns، هي الجمع بصيغه الاس. هذا يسموه regular، سهل تضيف اس وماكو اي مشكله. book books, form forms, car cars, structure structures, building buildings. Okay, ماكو مشكله ويا هذا. But the problem is with this irregular plural forms ويا الشاذة غير القياسية. This is a kind of a problem. هاي شوية نوعا ما تعتبر مشكلة. Now, if you look at this table، إذا تتبعون وياي هذا التيبل اللي قدامكم، كل كلمة بصيغة السنجلر مالتها المفردة وجاية البلورال مالتها. Now, some of these verbs, sorry, nouns, they are different, singular to plural. Some, the singular and the plural is the same, but the pronunciation different. اللفظ شوية يختلف. Okay? إذا هنا لازم ننتبه إلى هاي الكلمات. Okay? This is one of the important questions. By the way, the pronunciation of all of these nouns is available in the videos. يعني إذا تريد تستمع للpronunciation واضح، خاف أني ما راح أقدر أقراهم كلهم. You just go to the videos. I think it's part 1, and you can listen to the pronunciation, to the correct pronunciation of all of these nouns. Like we have man, men, have, halves, life, lives. هاي كلها هسه مفرد والجمع مالتها. matrix, matrices، هاي صيغة المصفوفات. mouse, mice, child, children, tooth, teeth. شوف هاي كلمات أخرى. analysis, the same pronunciation, but the words are different in the writing. Okay, so when you write analysis is different to analysis, this one. Okay, but analysis مفرد, analysis جمع. Okay, also you have thesis, the same, but the difference is the writing. Okay, or the spelling, you can say. Axis, okay. Parenthesis, the same. Bases. You see, the words are almost the same, but the spelling is different, and sometimes the pronunciation becomes also a little bit different. So what I would like you to do, please students, I would like you to be careful with this table. شوية تنتبهوا على هذا التable. Now you try to remember the plural of these singular nouns. تحاول تتذكر لي حتى لو كتابة البلورال مال ذني الأسماء، الجمع مال ذني الأسماء. By the way, each one comes in singular and it's a plural. زين. Data or data, لها two different pronunciation. Data or data يعني information is originally the plural form of datum. يعني data أو data هي جمع مال كلمة data. But nowadays it is frequently used as a singular word. إذن data بالأصل هي جمع، بس إحنا نستخدمها حاليا as a singular word. So when you see the word data, use it or consider it as singular. Data. بس هي بالأصل originally هي the plural of the word datum. يعني datum الجمع مالتها data. But we use it nowadays as a singular. Also the same word for hypermedia. Hypermedia كلمة تعني وسط بمختلف أنواع الميديا. Images يعني photos, videos, sounds, texts. يعني for example, like any post in social media. Any post in social media is hypermedia. يعني هسه أنت مسوي post on Facebook, you can write a text, you can attach a video or a photo, and you can also make an attachment of a sound. تقدر أيضا تسوي attachment على شكل sound. So this is a hypermedia. This is a hypermedia. Okay? هاي يسموها hypermedia. Any post in social media is a hypermedia. So if you look at the examples, the data is biased. Biased يعني تعني هنا شلون نقول عليها من واحد يحتكر مو يحتكر وإنما يكون منحاز إلى طرف biased. So the data is biased. Now why I use is because the word data is considered singular, تعتبر مفردة. للعلم هي originally plural بس هي تعتبر مفردة فأنت تتعامل وياها كمفردة. Also, hypermedia offers a new way to implement learning environments. Hypermedia. So offers. Why we add S to the verb? Okay, because hypermedia مفردة وكأنما السبجect مالتها it. Okay, you see? Hypermedia offers. So the word hypermedia and the word data, they are considered singular. هم بالأصل كانوا جمع بس يعتبرون مفرد. Okay? Also we have here a notice about adding S and إضافة S. If the suffix is S, double S, SH, CH, X or Z in singular, you add ES to the plural. Okay? يعني for example, box, boxes, approach, approaches, quiz, quizzes, marsh, marshes. المارش يعني الهور والmarshes الأهوار الجمع مالتها. So if you have the suffix الإضافة أو الكلمة تنتهي بهذني الأحرف أضيف لها ES. The same happens with most words that the suffix is O اللي تنتهي ب O. Unless the word is abbreviated of a foreign word origin. إلا إذا كانت الكلمة هي مختصر من شيء أجنبي. For example, you have cargo, you add ES, cargos. Photo, لا الفوتو لأن الأصل مالتها مو إنجليزي. So we add only S. Dynamo, we also add S. الأصل مالتها German أو Dutch. Or photo is originally I think French. صور الأصل مالتها بالأصل فرنسي. So these are originally foreign. لأن الأصل مالتهن أجنبي. Okay, not originally English. لذلك منتهية ب O, but we add S. Okay, but mostly words in English that end with O, we add ES. After consonant Y, اللي تنتهي ب Y, نضيف IES بس قبلها لازم يكون حرف صحيح. يعني floppy, floppies, baby, babies, lorry, lorries, city, cities. يعني هي منتهية ب Y وقبلها حرف صحيح. This is a very important notice. It's good for you because sometimes when I give you a word and you try to make it plural, you should be careful when you write the plural form. لازم تنتبه من تكتب ال plural form. يعني أنت ممكن تضيف بس S لكلمة cities بس هي مو صحيحة. هي لازم ال Y تنحذف وتنضاف IES فتصير كلمة cities. Okay? هاي ملاحظة كلش مهمة. This is about the plural forms of the nouns. هاي عن الجمع مال الأسماء. Does anyone have any question about this before we move to the next part of the lecture, which is about countable and uncountable عن الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة? Does anyone have any question? أي واحد عنده سؤال before we move to the next part? Yes? Does anyone have a question? Okay. Let's continue. خلينا نكمل. So we have countable and uncountable nouns. Countable يعني معدود. Uncountable يعني غير معدود. الcountable يعني it has singular and plural. يعني الcountable إلها مفرد والها جمع. uncountable it doesn't have singular and plural. اوكي ما بيها مفرد وجمع، هي جايه بشكلها هذا uncountable. And we have many different uncountable nouns. وايد عندنا اشياء خصوصا in civil engineering we have many uncountables. وايد عندنا اسماء تجي بصيغه uncountable اللي هو غير المعدود. اوكي؟ رمزنا للcountable nouns as C words، رمزنا لها بالC words. refer to things which can be counted. الاشياء اللي نقدر نجمعها، يعني نقول 1 2 3 10 100 1000 هاي معناتها countable. يعني like student. Now we say one student and we say 60 students. 60 طالب. So إذا هذا الستودنت هي شنو؟ countable. While things refer to uncountable اللي هي U words هي not counted. ما نقدر نحسبها، ما نقدر نعدها. يعني مثلا الووتر، المي، البيبسي، these are uncountable nouns. هذني ما نقدر انا اقول، ما اقدر اقول one water two waters، لا. اوكي one bottle of water two bottles of water 100 bottles of water. اي من اخلي المي بالبوتل اوكي يصير البوتل باعتبار البوتل هو اصلا البوتل هو معدود. Also for Pepsi, البيبسي is uncountable. But when you put the Pepsi in the can حطه بالقوطية يصير شنو؟ يصير countable. The uncountable words can be divided in 3 groups. تقريبا هناك 3 أنواع من uncountables. أكو words expressing material. تقريبا أغلب المواد إذا مو كلها المواد هي uncountable. يعني الووتر، الاير، الوود، الملك، الكونكريت، السمنت، الجبسم، هاي كلها مواد تستخدم بالاعمال الكونكريتيه. عدا البريكس. البريك ما تعتبر ماده، تعتبر عنصر انشائي. اوكي بس الكلي اللي نسوي من عنده البريك يعني الطين هو uncountable. اذا الماتيريالز الرو ماتيريالز خلينا نقول او الماده الاوليه هي تعتبر uncountable. abstract words مختصرات الاشياء مثل life time work strength، يعني بما معناه الورك بشكل عام، العمل بشكل عام، اللايف الحياه بشكل عام، التايم بشكل عام. مدى اقول المينتس لا تعتبر countable، يعني 1 minute 2 minutes 10 minutes. بس المختصر مال الدقائق هو شنو؟ هو يعتبر uncountable. exceptional الاشياء خلينا نقول exceptional مثل advice النصيحه، information المعلومات، news equipment المعدات، الموني، النولج، الريسيرش. حتى كلمه science بشكل عام، مو ساينز مثلا على سبيل المثال civil engineering is a kind of a science. شوف هنا شوف ايش راح اقول. civil engineering is a kind of a science. شوف ليش هنا قال ليش قال هنا civil engineering is a kind of a science؟ ليش قال a science؟ ما قال civil engineering is science. صح هو civil engineering is science هاي كجملة بما معناها الهندسة المدنية يمثل علم، بس هو أحد العلوم is a kind of an engineering science. هيك أقدر أقول an engineering science. إذا بما معناه إنه أنا إذا أريد أخصص العلم بشكل عام أقول science، بس إذا أحدد أحد العلوم أقول a science. أوكي وهاي طبعا الملاحظة هنا موجودة. When you refer generally to natural science تقولها science uncountable. بس اذا تريد تقول فد نوع ديسبلين، اوكي، او شكل من اشكال هاي العلوم، مثل هذا المثال اللي هسه انا كتبته، اوكي، هنا ايش صارت الساينس؟ صارت معدوده، اوكي. زين. uncountable words are missing the plural form، يعني مثل ما قلت بالبدايه الانكاونتبلز ابدا ما تجي بصيغه الجمع. ليش؟ لانه هي اصلا ما بيها مفرد وجمع، هي تعتبر بشكلها، اوكي. they are considered as singular. هاي ملاحظه مهمه اريدكم تاكدوا لي عليها او تنتبهوا لها. they are considered singular او as singular، يعني شكو شيء غير معدود يعامل معامله المفرد. اي شيء غير معدود يعامل معامله المفرد. لذلك اذا تنتبه على كلمه data اللي هي قلنا تعتبر مفرد، data هي uncountable، اوكي. بالمناسبه اكثر هاي الكلمات اللي جاي تشوفوها قدامكم بهذا التيبل هي اغلبها تعتبر قسم يعني من عندها، بما معناه ممكن تعتبر بشكلها هي uncountable، بس هي لها مفرد وجمع، بس بالمعنى مالتها ممكن. فكلمه data وهايبر ميديا هذين الاثنيناتهم لو تجي عليهن تعتبرهن uncountable. لذلك من اجي اتعامل وياهن I consider them as singular. اذا ملاحظه كلش مهمه، شكو شيء uncountable عامله معامله المفرد. Okay? Now we have something quite important. The exceptional group of words اللي هي اللي هنا ذكرناها advice, information, use are grammatically singular. هن يعتبر المفردات. But they also have a plural meaning. ممكن ينطن معنى plural. If you want to refer to a singular piece, you have to express it in another way. إذا أنت عندك هذا الشيء uncountable تذكر جزء من عنده، بهيك حالة راح يعتبر هو countable. يعني مثلا information هي uncountable، بس a piece of information صارت countable، يعني 2 pieces of information 3 pieces، يعني بما معناه إذا تأخذ جزء من عنده ممكن يعتبر معدود أو countable. item of news uncountable، بس an item of news يعني فقرة إخبارية، هذا يعتبر شنو؟ يعتبر countable. advice نصيحة، a bit of advice يعني جزء من نصيحة. Okay? This information is important. Okay? شوف هذا this information is important يعني أخذتها بشكل عام، ما قلت a bit of a piece of information or 2 pieces of information. لاحظ؟ يعني ما أخذت جزء من عندها. Okay? So it's not part of the uncountable. All advice is good. شوف all advice or بشكل عام advice is good. A bit of advice is good. A bit of advice صار جزء من عندها. 3 bits of an advice. 3 bits of an advice. إذا هنا كأنما بهيك حالة صارت شنو هنا؟ صارت البيتس of advice صارت كأنما هنا countable، لأنه أخذ جزء من ال uncountable. Also, if you put something uncountable in something countable، تحط شيء غير معدود بشيء معدود، it becomes countable. يعني for example, a piece of news, a bottle of water, a grain of rice. Okay? يعني now, if I want to make this countable, okay, what should I say? I say 100 grains of rice. 100 حبة من التمر. So this is what? This is countable. Okay? Let me ask someone, a bottle of water is singular. Can you make it plural? Who can make it plural? A bottle of Yes, Ahmed. Ahmed, you're raising your hand. Yes. Give me the plural of this, a bottle of water.
Bottles of water.
Bottles of water. For example, 10 bottles.
Yes.
Okay. Bottles of water. So now this is considered what, Ahmed? Plural or singular?
This is plural.
Yes. Ahmed, you are from which class?
Class B.
Class B. Okay. Class B. Okay. Also, we have a piece of news. فقرة إخبارية أو item of news. Who can make this plural? Okay, let me ask then. خلي بالله أنا أسأل. معا سعدون. معا سعدون. معا سعدون. معا سعدون. اسمعني معا. معا سعدون. معا سعدون. معا سعدون. اوكي. بلغوا معا سعدون انه غياب. اوكي. Noor Abbas, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah.
Noor Abbas, you are from class A, right?
Yes, right. A piece of news.
Yes.
We can
What
say,
is plural?
yeah, we can say 2 pieces of news.
Yes, 2 pieces of news.
Of
2
news, yeah.
pieces of news. Yes. 2 pieces of news. So I add S to the countable part.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, we have another example. We have like cake, for example. Cake is uncountable. But if I say a piece of cake, okay, a piece of cake, now it's countable. If I want to make it a plural, I just say 5 pieces of cake. Okay. Thank you, Noor. Okay. Is it clear the countable and uncountable thing? هذا الفتشي اللي قلنا. أحمد رعد. أحمد, you are raising your hand.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, Ahmed.
Doctor,
Yes,
if
Ahmed.
I add a number,
نعم.
if I added a number, if the word become a plural,
Yes. If the word is a plural, what do you mean? Yes, again, please.
like 10 bottles.
10 bottles, yes. Now, 10 bottles, for example, of Pepsi. The Pepsi is uncountable. You put the Pepsi in the bottles, it becomes what? So the 10 bottles of Pepsi is plural or singular?
Plural.
Plural. Why? Because it's countable or uncountable?
The bottle is countable.
Exactly. So the Pepsi is uncountable. Well, Pepsi uncountable, but when you put it in the bottle, it becomes what?
Countable.
Yes. Thank you, Ahmed Raad. Ahmed Raad, from which class?
A.
Class A. Thank you very much, Ahmed Raad. Okay. Let's continue. I just want to ask you, do you have any question or something about this, the countable, uncountable? Is it clear? واضحة? So we continue.
It's all clear, doctor.
Okay. Thank you. Students, now we have the vocabulary part.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
And at the ES or S, I have some information.
Okay.
If Ibrahim,
Yes, Ibrahim.
classmate,
Yes.
if we have F or FE and the nouns, we change the F or FE to V and add ES.
Yes, you mean if you have a noun ending with what? Ending with ES, right?
Right.
Or S?
Right. Some example, calf. We say calves. Change the F for V and ES.
You mean like halves? Halves? But halves.
Yes.
halves is a regular plural form. This is not regular. You see, halves. Look at the share screen, Ibrahim. halves. This is
Yes.
this is regular. هذا غير قياسي. يعني
No,
هذا
no,
مش-
no, no, sir. Some basic say if we have F or FE in the last nouns,
Yes.
we change the F or FE to the V and add ES.
Okay,
Not
give-
the means.
Give me
Elf.
an example, please.
Example elf. خدم.
Okay.
LELF. Elves.
Else? You said else?
Elves. Elves. ELVES.
Okay. ELF? Elf? Elf?
Yes. Elf.
Okay. It becomes elves.
Elves. Yes. Yes.
What is this? This is irregular. هذا irregular. هذا شاذ ما له قاعدة. شكل آخر يصير ما له قاعدة. ما يتبع قاعدة الاس هذا بابا. It doesn't follow the S plural. Elf and elves. These are not regular. These are irregular, Ibrahim. There's no such rule. ما كفت قاعدة عن هذا. Okay.
But I see more the nouns of the S, LF and FE.
Yeah, but they're
Some example. Wave. Some example wave. Zawja, wave.
Yes. Okay. Let me show you something. Now you said wives, right?
All right.
Yes. It's not.
Wow.
It doesn't follow a rule. I know. Yes, you change the F into V and add ES or S. It doesn't follow. It doesn't follow a rule. It just changes. You understand me?
Yes, I understand you.
Yes. So it doesn't follow the regular. ما تتبع irregular, because with the regular you add S or ES or IES. Okay? But with the irregular, the word changes. الكلمة تتغير. I know you might consider it as a rule. ممكن أنت تعتبرها قاعدة. Yes, you see the F, you change it into V, okay, and add ES or S. Okay? You understand
Yes.
me? This is
Yes,
not
I
a
know.
rule. This is
Yes, I
irregular.
understand.
This is
But
irregular.
Yes, sir, I understand you, but I say more nouns do that.
Yes, but it's irregular. هي شاذة تعتبر irregular because
Okay.
it doesn't follow a rule.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Okay, we have now some common words in English. عندنا بعض الكلمات الشائعة باللغة. These common words, this is, by the way, this is the vocabulary part of the lecture. هذا اللي بيه مفردات. These words, they are pronounced in the video. You can listen to the pronunciation of these words in the video. These are very important for your speaking. If you want to improve your speaking, if you want to use more vocabulary, بعض المفردات الإضافية, these can be so helpful. Like you have either or either, and, enough, even, explain, final. Okay, all of these words you can listen to their pronunciation in the videos. So please, you go to part 3 of the lecture, the third part of the video, and you just listen to the pronunciation of these words. Okay. Also, we have some technical words. If you remember the last lecture, we had some structural members. أخذنا structural members اللي هي العناصر أو مو العناصر الأعضاء الإنشائية أو المembers الإنشائية, like for example the arches, the columns, the beams. Now we have building materials. عندنا مواد إنشائية. Like for example reinforced concrete, خرسانة مسلحة. Okay, reinforced concrete. Okay. By the way, the reinforced concrete, do you think it's countable or uncountable? Reinforced
Uncountable.
concrete. Yes, Barzan, it's uncountable. Okay, it's uncountable. If I want to make it countable, I should put it in quantity. Like, give me an example of a quantity. Like, for example, do you know the quantity of the
3
concrete?
meter cube of
Sorry?
reinforced concrete.
Sorry, can I hear you again?
3
Again?
meters cube of
3
reinforced
cubic
concrete.
meters. 3 cubic meters. Yes, Barzan, exactly. 3 cubic meters. الكيوبيك متر هو المتر المكعب. المتر المكعب هو وحدة قياس. It is the measure unit of reinforced concrete. So we say 3 cubic meters of reinforced concrete. Yes, thank you very much, Barzan. Also, we have another one, steel bars. Barzan, from which class are you, Barzan?
From
Barzan?
class C.
Class C. Thank you, Barzan. Okay, steel bars. Steel is uncountable. كمادة steel الفولاذ uncountable. But steel bars is countable. Like 100 steel bars, 10 steel bars, 1 steel bar. Okay? So steel bars together is countable. But the steel is uncountable. اللي هي مادة الحديد والصلب. مادة الفولاذ. Gypsum board. Gypsum board, الواح الجص أو الواح الجبسم. Now, do you think this is countable or uncountable? Gypsum board. Do you think it's countable or uncountable?
We can say 2 or 3, so it is countable. Right?
Exactly. And that's who's that? Anur Abbas.
No.
Haidar Wadud. Haidar, if I say only gypsum, if I only just say gypsum, is gypsum countable or uncountable? What do you think?
Uncountable.
Exactly. It is uncountable. Haidar Wadud, from which class?
Class A.
Class A. Thank you. Lime. Nura. Okay, lime. It is one of the gypsum components. هي واحدة من مكونات الجبسم. So lime as lime, is it countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Exactly, it's uncountable. And who's that?
Ahmed Abdel Mahdi from class B.
Yes, and Ibrahim, you are raising your hand. Ibrahim, you see,
Yes,
Ibrahim,
sir.
you're raising your hand. Lime is uncountable, as Ahmed Abdel Mahdi said. Now, could you please make it countable? تقدر تسوي لي اياها معدودة؟ Lime. Could you make it count?
No, sir, we can't.
Sorry, you can't?
We can't.
You can't.
If we say sugar, السكر العادي الطبيعي أو الملح ما نقدر نجمع لأنه هو من الأصل أصلا جمع. هو أصلا جمع.
I'm not saying you should make it plural. I'm saying make it countable. فهم بابا صحيح. Countable. معدود. سوي ليها معدود. Make it countable.
We add just S.
You add S?
Limes. Yes. Limes.
بابا. You cannot add S to something uncountable. انت وين جيت بالمحاضرة من كنا نحكي عن countable uncountable. Uncountable, to make it countable you should put it in something countable. حتى تحول الغير معدود لازم تخليه في شيء معدود. Okay? Like for example, Barzan said reinforced concrete, we say 3 cubic meters of reinforced concrete. 3 أمتار مكعبة. اللime أخليه في شيء معدود, I say 4 kgs of lime. 4 كيلوات من اللime. 4 kgs of lime.
Or we can say 4
Packs?
limestone.
What? Limestones? No. Limestone is another raw material. It is the raw material of the lime. هو المادة الأولية stone. And by the way, limestone is also uncountable. No, you can put it in packs also. Like for example, 2 packs of lime. كيسين من اللime. Okay, this is now countable. Ibrahim, be careful. Countable is different to plural. المعدود غير الجمع. اوكي، كان المفروض شويه تنتبه. انا يا ريت ترجع للفيديوهات حتى تفتهم شنو الفرق بين الكاونتبل والانكاونتبل. اوكي، bricks.
That's right.
Bricks, طابوق. Is it countable or uncountable?
It's countable.
It is countable. Yes. But the clay, المادة الأولية, the raw material of the bricks, we make the bricks from clay.
Uncountable.
It's uncountable. Exactly. Tiles, الكاشي.
Countable.
It's countable. But the material like the cement or the gravel,
Uncountable.
yes. Aggregate اللي هو الركام بشكل عام. عندنا الجرافل.
Uncountable.
It's uncountable. Exactly. By the way, we make it countable by quantity. Okay?
Yes.
By what? By cubic meter.
What?
Sorry?
Aggregate.
Like
By
two.
what? Sorry?
You can say a trolley
Can you-
of aggregate.
A trolley? You said a trolley?
Yes.
Kind of, but in construction words, we don't say trolleys. Okay? We say cubic meters. Cement,
Okay.
cement, concrete, sand, gravel, they are in cubic meters. Huda Abbas, you want to say something? Huda?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, Huda. Is it about the aggregate or about something else?
تريد يا جماعة؟
Oh, no. The aggregate, I mean, to make it countable, we put it in countable things, like we put it in cubic meters. نقولها بالأمتار المكعبة. So aggregate is uncountable, but to make it countable, we add it in cubic meters. Huda, from which class are you, Huda Abbas?
Section C.
Okay. Okay. Cement, countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Exactly. And to make it countable, you either add it in packs, تخليه بأكياس، يعني هاي الأكياس التشيس مال شبنتو، 1 pack of cement, 2 packs of cement, 3 packs of cement. Okay. All right. So this is how to make the uncountable countable. شلون أحول السمنت إلى countable. And by the way, many materials in construction works are uncountable, and we put them countable or we make them countable by quantity. نخليهم معدودين من خلال الكمية. Okay. Now we have another part of vocabulary. We have irregular verbs. هاي اللي أنا وعدتكم بها المحاضرة السابقة اللي هي الأفعال الشاذة. We have the base form of the verb, يعني الانفينيتيف مالته المصدر, and the past simple أو الباست form مالته الماضي, والpast participle التصريف الثالث. Okay? You have awake, awoke, awoken, be, was, were. You see the infinitive of the base form of the verb to be is be. الماضي مالته was, were. بينما المضارع مالته شنو؟ am is are. التصريف الثالث الباست participle PP هو البين. beat, beat, beaten. become, became, become. begin, began, begun. bend, bent, bent. You see? Because it's irregular, the past and the past participle is the same. Sometimes the same verb in all forms. يجي كل التصاريف نفس الشكل. bet, bet, bet. bid, bid, bid. bite, bit, bitten. blow, blew, blown. break, broke, broken. bring, brought, brought. Broadcast, broadcast, broadcast. build, built, built. You see? The past participle and the past of the verb build اللي هو بمعنى يبني أو ينشئ تجي built. Okay? This is very important to students, the verbs. All right? Okay. Students, just stay with me for a minute. I just will try. Wajdan, you are opening your mic. Do you have a question, Wajdan?
No.
Okay, it's okay. Just stay for a minute. I will have to bring something to put it on the board, okay? Just a minute. Students, do you hear me? Is my voice clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, good. Okay. Class A, Brahim Abdul Hussein. Say yes, Brahim. Brahim Abdul Hussein فليح. تسمعني بابا؟ Brahim Abdul Hussein. Brahim Abdul Hussein.
Excuse me, sir, I can't answer now because I have something. Can you give me some 5 minutes?
Okay, I hear you. Do you hear my voice, Brahim Abdul Hussein?
Yes, I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you. I listen to you, but I can't answer now.
Okay, close your mic. Thank you.